Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. My name is Jerry Keys. I'll be your guide through this evening. Our program is short and quick and to the point, so we hope you enjoy it. To begin with, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends, please turn your attention to Gotham Chair. All right, thank you so much, Gotham Cheer, for that. Coming up first on our program of speakers is a man I have known for about 3 years. He is wonderful. He is my boss. He is the great leader of the Brooklyn Community Pride Center, and he's apparently our newest cheerleader in Brooklyn. Please welcome to the stage Brooklyn Community Pride Center Chief Executive Officer Floyd Rumor.
Is this what? Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am so glad to see so many of your faces after so long an absence. You coming out today is very meaningful, especially on this auspicious day, which is history in the making. This project has taken about 6 years to go from groundbreaking to where we are now, and I'm so glad that you are all a part of it. Before we begin with the formal program, I do want to acknowledge the land use. We here today acknowledge that we are on the lands of the Lenape, including the Nyack and Canarsie people. In the coming months, Brooklyn Community Pride Center is working with the Lenape Center to develop a land use agreement that recognizes ongoing colonialism, a history of genocide, and a present-day white supremacy. Our goal is to come to a respectful and cooperative agreement around land use that celebrates and includes the values and concerns of the Lenape. Speaking of land, we are not in the Brooklyn Community Pride Center. It is just below us on the ground level. I can't say basement because Jerry will kill me. It's the lower level. And we're currently in the Betty Carter Auditorium for the Arts. After we finish the program tonight, we will open the new spaces downstairs on the lower ground level to informal smaller group tours, while this space will remain open for beverages and food until about 8 o'clock. In order to follow our COVID protocols, please remember to keep your mask on and respect social distancing as long as we're in the building. And now to the fun part. This is fun for me. VIP acknowledgements. If you are among any of the groups that I'm about to mention, I'm going to ask you to please stand. And if you're already standing, maybe raise your arms. Raise your arm. If you are a current board member, a former board member, please stand. Current or former board member, current or former advisory council member, current or former government elected official, current or former program officer of a foundation or corporation who supported us in the past. If you were a member or with us in 2008, 2009, when the Pride Center was first announced, you are also in this group, whether it was formally recognized at the time or not. When I look at all of you, I see the promise of what we are to become. In many ways, all of you standing and all of you in this room today are part of the foundation that will grow into one of the most awesome Pride Centers in the country. We just need a little bit more time, but all of you have contributed to the foundation that will get us there. And please accept a round of applause as our deepest gratitude. Now it's time to read a plaque, I'm told. Here we go. This plaque represents many of the people who helped the magic of what you're going to see downstairs happen. The first is Eric Adams, Brooklyn Borough President. Eric Adams is the first and only person to give us the equivalent of $1 million to build that beautiful center that you're about to see downstairs. Without President Adams, the Pride Center, and in fact, this broader project at the major Owens Health and Wellness Center would not have happened. Also, next up is BFC Partners and Marvel Architects. They put together, built this whole complex, including the Pride Center. Marvel Architects did the renderings, and BFC Partners did the construction. And next up on the list, this name might be new to you, but you are likely to be asking who this person is after you see downstairs. That person's name, and unfortunately she could not be here tonight, is Aisha Josephs of Olive Dove Designs. She did all of the interior design, and if you have any questions or thoughts to share about that design, I would love to hear it. Next up is a beloved board member. He's been on the board for a couple of years now. Is also our treasurer, Michael Arlotto. And his company, Knoll, donated the equivalent of approximately $36,000 of donated furniture. And last but not least is interior design support by Xavier Van Degna, who some of you might know is married to Andrew Van Degna, a lovely family, could not be here today, but are big supporters of the Pride Center as well. So a big round of applause for all of our folks. Today and every October 19th is National LGBTQ Community Center Awareness Day. LGBTQ plus community centers throughout the world provide an invaluable resource to our community. In some more rural places, they may be the only safe place for youth and people in recovery to gather in community. But even here in Brooklyn, we hear all the time from people that Brooklyn Community Pride Center is the first place they felt fully welcomed as their authentic selves. Speaking as a privileged gay, cisgender white man, I can say and stand here knowing the adversities that I've had as a human being, but know that there are battles that are yet to be fought, especially for our lower income folks, our BIPOC folks, and others who continue to be brutalized, including transgender and gender non-binary folks. These are the battles that I think are yet to be fought, and our community is going to need spaces to organize, relax, play, connect, both within and without. And I see some new faces here today, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you and bringing you in to this beautiful Brooklyn Community Pride Center constellation that I have so grown to love and admire. I think next up is, the voice of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Clay. So the Brooklyn Community Pride Center and the space that we're all about to see downstairs is only half of the equation of what's happening here in the building from the LGBTQ plus community front. The other half is that we are so excited to be welcoming a community partner, Callen-Lorde, into the space with us, Community Health Center. Callen-Lorde is one of the longest standing, I think actually the longest standing LGBT focused health resource anywhere in the country. They've recently expanded to Brooklyn for their medical center campuses, and we're so excited about that. When we open up downstairs, we are going to, once again, in the lower ground floor, never the basement. We're going to be so excited they're going to be expanding with us to open a mental health service down there. We believe the first of its kind anywhere in New York City, but certainly anywhere in Brooklyn. So here to speak a little bit about that is the Chief Behavioral Health Officer at Callen-Lorde Community Health Center, Mr. David Guggenheim.
Feels so good to take this off. I want to introduce Danielle Downer, who's our Director of Operations for Behavioral Health and Dental. We are thrilled to be here. I see Floyd jumping up and down. We're thrilled to be here and to be part of this, to watch BCPC grow and to serve more and more LGBTQ folks. At Callen-Lorde, we have medical services, we have mental health services. We work in a very siloed healthcare system where medical care and mental health care are separated. And at our beautiful Brooklyn site on Flatbush Avenue Extension, which Aruna runs over there, we try to break down those barriers. So we try to bring mental health services, so therapy, psychiatry, counseling, into our medical services. But that's only part of the equation. The problem is that folks have other needs. So career development, vocational services, support groups, just a place to hang and to be ourselves. And we don't offer that at our sites. We have that with our community partners who offer psychosocial services like BCPC. And so what's so exciting is that we're breaking down yet another silo, we're breaking down yet another wall, and we're introducing mental health services, a healthcare system, mental health services, into a community pride center. And so we're so excited to be here and to be a part of this and to be breaking down those barriers. The participants in BCPC will have access to therapy, psychiatry, counseling services, and access to our beautiful sites in Brooklyn and in Chelsea and in the Bronx, where they can access primary care, dental services, enabling services, and other services. So we're thrilled to be here, and we want to thank all of you who made this happen and made this possible.
I'm just going to add one important piece that you left is we are providing this service regardless of people's ability to pay for this service. So that's the most important part of our mission.
All right, so we're so very excited that this is going to be part of the journey, and we really do think that this is going to begin an amazing new era for LGBTQ Brooklyn. So we're very excited about that. Thank you, David. Thank you, Danny. We can't wait to get that space open and get our space open and start showing everybody what can happen. Coming up next, one of the things that has been true of the Brooklyn Community Pride Center from almost day one is that we have really striven not to replicate services that already exist. And one of the ways that we do that is through community partnerships. We go out and we find organizations like Callen-Lorde, like others, that are doing great work, and we invite them into our space rather than trying to repeat what they're already doing. One of those organizations that we're very, very happy to have been recently partnering with is called the Ghost Project Brooklyn, or the Brooklyn Ghost Project. It is a Black trans-led organization focused on Black trans folks. It is very really astonishing and amazing to see that the work they're doing and the support that they give our community. And so I'm very pleased to be introducing our next speaker, who is the Executive Director of the Brooklyn Ghost Project and also a brand new staff member at Brooklyn Community Pride Center, now facilitating our transgender and gender non-conforming support group. Please welcome Mother Latravius Collins.
Good evening, everyone. It is so lovely to see you all. I'm so glad to be here today to represent as the TGNC facilitator and the executive director at the Brooklyn Ghost Project. I want to just take this opportunity to tell you, I just want to take this opportunity to tell you all how grateful we are to be a part of the Brooklyn Community Pride Center and how much it means to us to be partnered with them in their work. As Black trans women, as the founder of a Black trans organization, often it feels like they don't see us, they don't see the help that we need in these bigger organizations, in these organizations that are funded and solidified, and they don't come down and see the hard work that we do in the community for those that really need it. I thank you, Brooklyn Community Pride Center, for not only seeing me, but seeing my community, the people that we service, seeing the help that we do as relevant and important, and knowing that we're fighting and you being a part of that fight. We are not just Black trans people, we are Black trans survivors. And we want to thank the Pride Center for believing in that and seeing that and bringing us on this journey along with them, inviting us into all of their spaces and showing up for us. We're grateful, we appreciate it, and we're here to celebrate and support it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mother Latravius. I just want to check that I'm not missing somebody behind a mask. Has Lori Cumbo come in? No, okay. I didn't think so. So with that, we are moving on to our final speaker of the evening. He is the president of our board of directors, a role that he's only recently taken on, but he's been with us on the board for many, many years. Please welcome Cornelius Hendrick Smith.
I didn't want to embarrass myself, but I was a cheerleader way back in the day, but gone are the days when I could backflip and dip and even do this for like longer than 5 seconds, but at any rate, it is a great pleasure to be here this evening. Thank you all for showing up, for coming out. Thank you, Jerry, for organizing tonight's event. I joined the Brooklyn Community Pride Center not too long after Floyd became the executive director, now CEO. And it was at a time when the thought of opening a second site here, where we are, had started, and there was, the optimism of being able to accomplish what we've been able to do and where we are now. And the journey, as probably many of you know, or if you haven't been intimately involved with the organization, you can probably suspect that it wasn't easy. There were a lot of challenges, not only because of the fundamental challenges of raising the funds, finding the resources, having individuals in the community support you. That took some time, but also it's a very diverse community. And there were some factions of Brooklyn that didn't necessarily support what we were doing and that we should be here. We persevered, thankfully, to many of you that are with us tonight, many who aren't able to be here, and certainly because of our fearless leader, Floyd Rumer, our Chief Executive Officer. His steadfast vision and the support that he has with the staff, first of all, by selecting the staff, we have a great staff at the Brooklyn Community Pride Center, and a series of and a cadre of volunteers who also support the center, as well as what I like to call Floyd's Warriors, my colleagues on the Brooklyn Community Pride Center Board of Directors. So I also want to give everyone that I just mentioned a round of applause. So I think I've gotten a little bit off script, Jerry. I have a wonderful lineup here that I'm supposed to do here. But I'm very excited, and when so, I tend to just go, let my thoughts fly, I guess, and speak extemporaneously. So that's what I'm going to do, but I will get these thank yous off because David and Callen-Lorde really appreciate your words, and I missed it. Danielle, thank you very much for being here and the partnership. We very much look forward to that and for your words this evening. And Mother Latravius, thank you, so beautifully spoken, and we'll always be here. And that's what this community pride center is about. I mean, you know, there is we know the LGBTQ, all those, but there's so many other individuals and types and groups that need support that may not necessarily bubble up to the consciousness of, you know, the general public. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to make sure that we are able to identify, the door is open, and to provide services and support for anybody that needs it. And that's why we're in the, what's it called? The ground level? Not the basement level. The ground level of the center. The doors will always be open, and we're here to support. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience for everyone. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Gotham Cheer and Bloodline Dance Theater will be performing a little later. I also need to express our sincere gratitude to two other people that helped organize tonight's event, and I believe one is here with us, and she's in the back, Callen-Lorde. If you raise your hand, Kelly, thank you. And Alex Sheldon. And also our Brooklyn Community Center volunteers. There is a list of names here, so if I call your name, and forgive me if I mispronounce it, but I'm just going to go quickly. Please stand. Anna, Chip Kimura, Christopher Kinney, Jenny Mohan, Laura Snyder, and Lindsay Owens. So just give her a round of some logistical details to share. Our furniture was caught up in those global shipping delays we've all been hearing about. We're waiting on desks and tables to arrive before we set an official open to the public date. This won't interfere with them going down. That said, we're highly confident that we will be open by the end of the year. And once open, we plan to operate from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays for at least the first few months, with a goal of expanding into evening hours as programming requires and staff capacity permits. And as always, we could use volunteer support during those hours to help at the reception. So if any of you have some time, you know of anyone, please let Jerry or Floyd or any of us on the board know. You will also have the opportunity to see very soon this wonderful new space. We've taken inspiration from collaborative or shared office environments to create a place where people can work individually or in small groups. To achieve this, we have numerous private and semi-private spaces people will be able to reserve. These spaces need names. In fact, a lot of things downstairs need to be named. We would like to name them after notable LGBTQ people connected to Brooklyn, and I invite you to learn about our naming rights opportunity by either speaking to myself, Floyd, Jerry, or by looking for the QR code on display downstairs. And my final remarks, I will just say this. It is very important for us to walk away from here, feeling inspired, feeling moved to continue to do the work and to share what you experience with others. Let's make sure that as the Brooklyn Community Pride Center continues to grow, that we're able to be partners together in this and grow the center into one of the most magnificent centers in the world. We have the capacity and the passion to do so, and so I just want to thank you again for being here, Jerry. I appreciate your efforts tonight. Let's go, Brooklyn Pride.
All right, there's very little standing between you and those tours of the space downstairs. We're almost there. Two things we ought to do before then. First, I am delighted to introduce, to perform their newly choreographed piece, I Am Human, the founder and artistic director of Bloodline Dance Theater, Lamont Joseph.
If I think of my life as a class and what I've really learned, I learned a few things. First, I'm aware that I'm a child of God. It's such an amazing understanding to think that the it, which made leaves and mountains, rivers and stars, made me. What I pray for is humility, to know that there's something greater than I. Then I have to know that the brute, the bigot, and the batterer are all children of God, whether they know it or not. And I'm supposed to treat them accordingly. And it's hard, and I feel it all the time. Think of a statement by Terence. The statement is, I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. If you can internalize at least a portion of that, you will never be able to say of an act, a criminal act, or I couldn't do that. No matter how heinous the crime, if a human being did it, we have to say, I have in me all the components that are in her, are in him. I intend to use my energies constructively as opposed to destructively. If you can do that about the negative, just think what you can do about the positive. If a human being dreams a great dream, dares to love somebody, if a human being dares to be Martin King or Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Malcolm X, if a human being dares to be bigger than the condition in which she or he was born, it means so can you. And so you can try to stretch yourself. So you can internalize homo sum. I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. That's one thing I'm learning.
Thank you so much, Lamont. It is important tonight that we included Gotham Chair and Lamont from Bloodline Dance Theater as sort of symbolic to what this space is going to be about. The overall facility is called the Major Owens Health and Wellness Community Center. It is filled with fitness and dance and other forms of health. And so we wanted to have some performances here to sort of thematically tie to that.
We would like to ask all of you to join us in this dedication toast. So if you could, please raise the beverage. And
we thank you, friends and supporters, for joining us as we embark on a new era for LGBTQ plus Brooklyn.
We dedicate this new space to the mission of Brooklyn Community Pride Center, which is to provide services and support to the borough's LGBT community through original programming and partnerships with other organizations.
We dedicate our new Crown Heights location to our value proposition which is, across the spectrum from young people to elders, Brooklyn Community Pride Center enables our community to actively participate in positive, life-affirming activities. Your center offers a distinctive choice for residents of New York City's largest borough to celebrate, heal, learn, create, organize, relax, socialize, and play.
And now we switch arms. It's a health center, so we're trying to get healthy. We dedicate our new headquarters to our organizational vision, which is to continue growing as Brooklyn's premier network of programs and services for the LGBTQ plus community of New York City's largest borough.
And we dedicate the facility, the LGBTQ plus community of Brooklyn, to those who came before us, never knowing a safe place to express themselves, to those who will come after us, growing in the safety of the community we build together, and to you who have supported us along the way and join us tonight in spirit, in live stream, or in person. Together. To Brooklyn Community Pride Center. Cheers!